Hi everyone, welcome back to Plascon Plastics. My name is Tristan, and today we're going to be talking about Crumb rubber. So how can we implement Crumb rubber into plastic products? Crumb rubber, or recycled Crumb rubber, comes from old car tires. Now, tires is a very large industry. Of course, everyone uses tires every single day, but what happens when we get rid of those tires and dispose of those tires? Well, sometimes those tires just will end up in a big tire fill, but it's better if we can find ways to use Crumb rubber to make new products so we can recycle it better. Now, one way that Crumb rubber is often used is in compression molding. So things like big heavy mats or like gym mats like this are going to be compression molded. And compression molding is when you take a bunch of plastic, say you melt it down and you squish it, and it's very low pressure, and over time it sticks, it glues, it resolidifies, the mold is taken apart, and then you have your big part. Normally it's a big heavy part like gym mats. But is it possible to injection mold with Crumb rubber? The answer is yes, absolutely. So at Plascon Plastics, we injection mold with Crumb rubber all the time. So this right here is a rubber vibration pad. You can find them at rubbervibrationpads.com. It's a product that we make, and it's essentially a vibration pad made out of rubber, Crumb rubber. And it can be used for things like to put under furniture to make sure that they don't slip, couches, beds, lift a refrigerator if you need to. They can be put under coffee tables, your kids sliding around, but more importantly, it has excellent vibration properties. So it can be put, and it's specifically made for washing and drying machines. They're gonna rattle around, they walk and move. A lot of people are always, very frustrated with their washing machine moving about, and you put these little pads underneath. They're extremely strong because it's car tires that's injection molded together, and then they'll last, with proper care, they'll last 10, 20 years, even a lifetime. So that's what these are, and they can be made out of Crumb rubber because they are small. So Crumb rubber can be added to all sorts of different products. It looks like this. It's just recycled car tires, right? And you can add that to different types of in-feed, so plastic in-feed such as polypropylene, HDPE, ABS plastic. Now, Crumb rubber is gonna act as a fill. So it's not gonna add to the strength of the product, it's just gonna add as maybe a fill of the product. So there are products, there's plenty, millions of products that produce every year that will have a strength capacity, and they might not actually need the strength capacity. So by adding in some Crumb rubber, you can increase the amount of recycled material in your product and also decrease the cost of up to 50%. Now, if you do need that strength, or you have a specific strength specification, perhaps it's a very structural piece of product that you need, and it's not just something like a bucket or something like that, you can add the Crumb rubber in smaller increments or slightly change the design of the part. So as an example, say your part needs to hold 1,000 pounds of force, and it's 1 centimeter thick. You might be able to add Crumb rubber at a 40% rate, save half your cost, and you might have to make that part maybe 1 millimeter extra thick, so 1.1 centimeters thick, and then it can still support the 1,000 pounds, as an example. So adding Crumb rubber will decrease the strength of your product, but changing the dimensions of the product slightly can increase that strength back up, and then you can have the benefit of having recycled material as well as lower cost. Now, another interesting thing about Crumb rubber is that it can have, like the rubber vibration pads, anti-vibration properties, bendable properties, malleable properties. So this is actually a great product. We've made buckets for feedstock for livestock, and because you're making them out of rubber, they're not freezing and icing over and cracking like a typical bucket. They just mold shape. So that's a really interesting aspect of Crumb rubber. So if you have an idea or a company where you think that you could benefit by adding a little bit of Crumb rubber, definitely reach out to plasconplastics.com.